At this stage of the season, every manager, you've seen some of the results today for the Premier League teams. It's no straightforward. I think for us, we asked for a strong start, which we got. I thought in that first 20-25 minutes we could have been a couple up before we scored, but then Wilson gets one, and that should settle us down. And we had a few good moments after that and should have done better. And then the one real opportunity Dunfermline had, I think it was their first shot, they score for, and it sets you back. That, you know, it sets the crowd back. It's like, well, this isn't going to script. This isn't what's meant to happen. And at half time we try to settle the boys down a wee bit and just to say, look, you know, we've got to recognise why the game's level. The game now becomes a 45-minute game. If we turned up before here the day and says you get 45 minutes to beat Dunfermline, we still took that challenge on, but it was on us to do a bit more. And I thought we had decent control and still had huffed and puffed a wee bit second half. But I didn't think we were going to lose the game, but I wasn't convinced we were going to win it. And I think probably just as we were considering the subs, I think maybe I made the subs maybe 5 minutes too late. But I think Dunfermline, for the first time in the game, the Dunfermline boys thought we could maybe win this here. And you actually felt their encouragement coming from us just not being as composed and as sure of ourselves as we should have been. And just as they thought, they started promoting a few more bodies into our half for the first time in the game. We've done them going the other way. And games are decided, a lot of times the games are decided tactically, not very often. Sometimes that can get overplayed. A lot of times games are decided with special goals, but a lot of the time they're decided by mistakes. And I thought, I spoke to Lenny there, I thought that we forced mistakes. We were in a position to maybe ask the question of their defenders a wee bit more, because I think they were exposed a wee bit more, just because I think for the first time in the game they thought they could win it. And the scoreline runs away for them. We win the game 4-1. It flatters us. It's harsh on Dunfermline. Enjoyed the first 25 minutes of the game and enjoyed the last 15 minutes of the game. Everything in between was just okay, and it's clear that we still got work to do.
Big contribution from your captain tonight.
Yeah, the reason he stays on the pitch as well, his fitness was good, but the reason he stays on the pitch when the game's finally poised is you think there's going to be a moment where he can show his calmness, his experience and his quality, and a penalty's a penalty. You've still got to stay calm when the game's finally poised. So he gets his 2 goals. He's away feeling brilliant about himself. I love the reaction for the crowd. Not only to Lawrence coming off, but to the team as a whole winning the game, because it's no easy at this stage of the season getting the job done. We had everything to lose for the day's game. Didn't really have a lot to gain, but I still think there's quite a lot of positives to take for the game. But there's an honesty that we need to do things a wee bit more natural, and we need those improvements as we go through the competition.
It was a brilliant striker's goal for Wilson. Does he particularly excite you?
He does. I think he's done really well pre-season. Sometimes a young boy, you have that kind of sheer willingness to run, that willingness to please. He's still learning the game, but he's very intelligent for somebody so young. But what you also got is sometimes when you're young like that, sometimes you need to learn how to use your body. He still doesn't really know how to use his body, and that's fine. He's 18. But he's actually come back. He's a lot stronger than I had. He's a lot more robust than I thought he was, and he's such an intelligent player. He's only going to get better. James, he's probably had as good a pre-season as any of the boys, and I think they've all contributed well with the pre-season. So he gets a goal against Crawley. He gets his goal again today. Lost him to the game a wee bit, as we fell out the game a wee bit in terms of not being as active running about Dunfermline's goal for a period in the second half. But of all the things we need to do, he's way down the line in terms of things to worry about. He's fine. He's going the right way.
How do you assess the new boys in their debuts?
I thought Braga showed wee moments. I think he needs to learn about Tynecastle. I think he needs to learn about opponents. They're not going to let him have a lot of time. He played that role for us against Crawley, against the same shape, and I thought he was really effective. And I think he showed he's capable. He's got wee moments, but there's also things he needs to tidy up on. The Scottish game will find you out if you're not sharp, and take care of the ball a wee bit more. but I think he can be pleased, as all of them can, playing their part in a winning performance. And Big Ocean, slightly out of position, but we wanted to try and adopt a really aggressive press, and on that side we wanted Forrest to play, to try and get at the outside of the Dunfermline's left-sided centre-back, the big boy Todd. And when it worked, it was really good. But it's not his natural position, but I think he showed that he can do well in that position. He cut a good crosses. He seemed to be the one that was getting most touches of the ball in the first half, and I would rather my full-backs and centre-backs weren't the ones with the most touches. But I think he can be pleased. I think, as I say, first game of the season, it can catch you. No matter what pre-season I did, whether it was old school, Walter Smith, or a wee bit more modern approach, you were always shattered in your first game. You always felt shattered during it, and the temperatures didn't help. And I think today, the players get through the game, they'll feel better for having had the 90 minutes in the legs. And I think it has to be said, the subs all helped us get the job done. I thought the subs all played a part. Every one of them had an impact in the game, in a positive sense. So Saturday, Tuesday, then Saturday for Big Craig's game. We'll utilise the squad going into the game on Tuesday again.
Important for Lawrence to go from running in day one rather than kind of chasing that first goal as it was last
I think at any, it took him a while last year, didn't it? Aye. I think strikers, I mean, you can win a game, but players like Lawrence, they don't really, it's not the same win, and that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's a captain and he loves to see his team win, but players like Lawrence, number 9s, they don't want to get back in their car if they've not scored a goal. They always feel better about themselves scoring a goal and getting to and up and running, the reception they got coming off. And you always want your strikers to score with it. All our strikers scored during the week at East Kilbride in a friendly, except Lawrence. And then obviously Wilson gets his goal of the day. Kavangu has an impact in proceedings as well. So it's great that he's up and running. And I think you can see how important he's going to be. Because when we were good, he was good in the game.
Did Zander get a knock in the warm-up?
You missed some staved his thumb or something, but we strapped it up and he seemed to be alright. So no, I think he got through the game fine, but it was never without its scares for a period of time there at the start of the warm-up.
How did you enjoy Tynecastle for the first time?
I want to enjoy it a bit more, to be honest. I want to make sure there's a wee bit more calmness. But I liked seeing what we did, what we asked the players to do a lot of the time. When it worked well in that first 20-25 minutes, and I thought we should have been out of sight. And if it's a better game then, a more kind of satisfying game if you get 2 and 3 goals up. But we need to know that when the goals don't come, we don't give the other team any encouragement. And I just thought the goal was similar to the goal we lost against St Mirren, where we lose in a bad area and they punished us, and it just all seemed a bit too easy. So I didn't enjoy that, but enjoyed the first 20-25 minutes in the last part of the game. And like everything, you just enjoy winning. For every manager starting out the weekend, the League Cup can trip you up. And I thought we were good enough professionally and the options for the bench to make the game go our way today. So we've got to enjoy that.
Your appointment, the signings, there's big fan excitement, expectation. You'd be happy about that? Pleased about that? Today's field.
Yeah. I think it was a really healthy crowd for this time of the year. The game's live on telly. A League Cup game. I think we had a bit more in the game, in the ground, than you ordinarily would. A brilliant support for Dunfermline that made it feel like a cup tie, and we heard them as well. So it felt, for the first game of the season, it wasn't a damp squib. It was a proper game. It felt like a good game. So, but in terms of what's expected, we'll expect a wee bit better than that. But I think there's got to be some sense that the players are only at 60-70% now, and it'll take them a wee while to get up to speed. And we're still hoping that additions can help make us a wee bit more rounded for these types of games.
What does that first win of the season do for the squad, Derek, just mentally, getting that under your belt early?
Yeah, I mean, I think there was probably just because the game was in the balance for a wee bit, and I think just finding a way to win, and players will feel good about themselves. We'll win tomorrow, they'll bounce in. Some will bounce in a wee bit happier than others. There'll be a few that we need to get round and pick up, the ones that have not been involved, and a lot of the time it's been harsh on them because everybody's worked their socks off and everybody's tried to promote themselves and put their hand up and say they're here and they've worked hard, and even leaving boys on the bench and leaving boys at the squad today, it's quite harsh on them. But such is the way, we can only pick 11 and we can only pick the subs that allows. So Tomorrow's a big day for making sure we look after all the boys and everybody's got a part to play in the upcoming games.
Are you expecting more? Sorry, are you expecting more new faces this week?
Aye, but whether we can get the visas and stuff through for the games, I'm not sure. But we're quite far down the line with a couple. And anyway, and I think we're confident we'll get them done. It's just whether we can get them available. One boy's up and running in terms of his fitness, and one boy isn't. He's coming for a wee bit back in terms of pre-season. So, but it'd be good to get them introduced into for the League Cup games if we can.